Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory and fear to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who lead our nation, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect striving for salvation in these electrifying times. We got this video here. I'm gonna play it. It's like a minute and 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna go into the lesson. It's about a man in the world, Little Boosie. His, his spirit got on him to to go in on Dwayne Wade. I mean, I'm pretty sure brothers and people across the earth have seen this. This man is basically allowing his 12-year-old son to convert himself to think that he's a little girl, and he's going as far as willing to basically pay for his son to have an operation to basically cut off his rod and have this operation so he can no longer have a man's genitals in exchange for a woman's genitals, which is mad science anyway. Esau, you are the original Dr. Frankenstein, mad scientist, evil creator. Like this, that goes right up your tree. You know that's exactly what you do. But we Israelites are not supposed to partake in this type of stuff. It's not supposed to be happening. See, this is another example of how the wicked has its influence over the earth and over the world and onto these superstars, because this is what they want. They want you to turn your child inside out, while they continue to. They don't do this with their kids. They want you to do it, and our people are foolish enough to do it. So I'm gonna play this video and then I'm gonna go into it.
I gotta say something about this shit, bro. Dwayne Wade, you going too fucking far, dog. That is a male, a 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have shit figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything at 16, and fall in love with her. But his dick be gone. How you gonna, like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, don't address him as a woman, dog. He's 12 years old. He's not up there yet. He hasn't made his final decisions yet. Don't cut his fucking dick off, Dwayne Wade, bro. You fucking tripping, dog. You tripping, dog. You tripping, dog.
All right, I'm gonna stop the video right there. So you got Lil Boosie, which he got his issues or whatnot, but I did a video on some on him too. But he's he even decided to say, I gotta say something because this ain't right. It's not right at all. And even when Lil Boosie said, if you want to be gay, let him be gay, that's wrong. that's totally out of pocket. So that's spiritually out of pocket, man. But what the point that he's making is that he ain't at a mindset to where he can, you know, function properly to make decisions for his best own well-being. And that's what a parent comes in. See, Dwayne Wade, what you don't get is that you're supposed to prepare your child. That's what a parent is. Preparation. A parent is to prepare their child for things that they're gonna face and encounter as they get older in the world and as they go into the world themselves. This little boy, I refuse to address your son as a daughter. That's a young boy. And that's what no matter, even if you cut his right off and have a, that's still the Most High made that a little boy. And he hasn't even had, this is just it could be a phase that he's going through. You were supposed to correct him. So I'm gonna go into a few words. This is from Etymology Online, and the word is parenting, right? It says supervision by parents of their children, right? So it's pretty basic and plain, right? You have to prepare. Prepare a child. So like, yeah, supervise. A supervisor is someone who watches over someone to make sure that they're doing things the right way. You have a supervisor at work. Your supervisor at work is to make sure that the employees are working in a manner that's correct and not incorrect. So they could be an asset to the company and not a detriment to the company. Same thing with children. You have to supervise them to make sure they're not getting into things and doing things that they should not be doing. So I want to go a little deeper and let's look at this word supervision. Now it says the key word is an oversee, inspect, like an inspector, someone who oversees and inspects. Now I want to look up this word prepare because a supervisor and an overseer is the same thing. All right, prepare. It says a back formation from preparation and in part from the Middle French prepare, 14th century Latin, make ready beforehand. Make ready beforehand. Before a child goes out in the world, you make them ready for the world. You're supposed to correct them when they're wrong or they're doing something wrong. When your little son came to you and said whatever he said, whether it's daddy, I feel like I'm a girl, or I feel like I should be a girl, or I want to be a girl, that's when you were supposed to step in and correct. They look up to you. This little boy has known you and his mother his whole life. There's nothing, there's no one else or anything else opinion they're gonna value more than yours. And if you get on board with that dumbass decision that your 12-year-old came in his mind, which a demon entered his mind to feel that way, you were supposed to what? You were supposed to correct them. You're supposed to show them how that's not right. So the first scripture I want to go into is Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Damn. So the scripture's clearly telling you that you got to train your child. Train your child. Not let your child go as they want to go and what they decide they want to do or be, and you have no influence on it and just accept it. No, you're supposed to be training that little boy. You're supposed to be doing things. And I seen a video where this little the same little 12-year-old boy when he was a little younger, he was in a home video recording with Dwayne Wade, and he was over there looking at the ladies. So you know that seed is there too. So if a demon gets on your kid and start to have your kid act effeminate and having your kid having these thoughts and these urges and stuff, you supposed to come down on that. Really, a spiritual man would know how to handle that. You would need to you need to basically bless his head. You need to pray over his head and root out them demons, like some sage, some Palo Santo, something to get them spirits off your child and away from your child. And you would speak in it, you would come up with a Hebrew prayer and you pray that out. And if your son is able to fast, you'd ask him to fast. At 12 years old, he can fast, even if he did a partial fast. And you yourself, you do a full fast. That you root those evil spirits out of your child, because they're gonna attack your kids. So you're supposed to prepare and train your child up, train them up against this madness. Because you train them the right way, you tell them, no, son, that don't work. You're not a girl. The God didn't intend you to be a girl. You have male organs and male genitals. You have the equipment to be a man. You don't have the equipment to be a woman. You cannot get pregnant. Now your kids were supposed to grow up and taking pipe because you didn't cut his pipe off. You don't let him cut his pipe off. Let him make a 12-year-old mindset decision that's gonna affect him for the rest of his life. No, that's not training your child up. You train them up the right way. Tell them, son, I need grandchildren. And you being a girl will not produce that for me. That will not produce a child for you. You need to be with a woman. You don't need to try to become a woman, son. God gave you, and then you were supposed to glorify this young boy with the beautiful things of it, of why the Most High made him to be a man, and what his influences, you, what his influences can be in the world. Now you got this little boy influencing other little boys to think that had those same thoughts, and that they could be girls, which is a bunch of madness. Next scripture is, I wasn't gonna even do a video on this because I thought it was like, man, this is getting out of hand, but I couldn't help it. You know, you got it's everywhere too, so it makes sense to do a video on it. But this type of stuff in 2020, this is what we have to deal with. This is Ephesians 6:4. It says, "And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord." So let's go into this word right here, because you're supposed to bring them up. That goes right along with Proverbs 22. Bring them up, meaning train them up. You know, that's what you're supposed to do. Train them up in the way that they shall go, and they shall not depart from it. So we'll look at a couple words. First word I want to go into is nurture. I'm gonna let Esau speak it.
Strong's G 3809. Paideia. Paideia.
So it comes from the Greek word paideia, which means the whole training and education of children, which relates to the cultivation of mind and morals. So you're supposed to the whole training of your child and education of your child, so that it relates to cultivation of a mind and of morals, and employs for this purpose now commands and admonition, now reproof and punishment. It is also included the training and care of the body. So, and this is cutting you, Dwayne Wade, on so many levels. You're supposed to train your child and educate your child in the right manner of what it means to be a little boy going into a young man, into a manhood, into adulthood. And also, you're supposed to the cultivation of your child's mind should be in morals, meaning, hey, if he's being a homosexual, that's immoral. That's not proper morals. And also, you they're supposed to be in the commands and admonition. Mean, and you're supposed to reproof them and or punish if you have to, including the training, the care of their body. What is that? If you cut this little boy's, you cut his rod off, you extract his manhood. The only thing you're supposed to extract off this little boy's rod is the foreskin, 8 days old. And whether you did that or not, I'm sure you probably should have done it. It's freaking 2020. Or how old he was 12 years ago. You should have, on an 8 day, circumcised the foreskin so he can be clean, so he can take his rightful place as an Israelite man, or as an Israelite boy, being clean under the covenant under the matter of circumcision. That's the only thing that needed to be cut off. So if he run around here with foreskin and he's telling you he want to be a girl, he want to cut his rod off, you tell him, son, we're gonna go down and get your foreskin cut off, which already should have been done. You ain't supposed to be cutting this boy's rod off, man. I don't care what he think he is or what he feel. You come down hard. You're supposed to match that wickedness with righteousness. Anytime he come with you some bull talking about he feeling this way, you come hard. You were too soft on that boy. And he got real soft, and demons open themselves up for demons to jump on him and fill his head with more madness. And here you are letting it ride. You supposed to have been austere to your son. That should have flipped your wig. You was embarrassed, and that's why you didn't want to talk about it at first. Then finally, your witch, your wife, got real union, and talked you down, and it softened you up, and it got you to the point where you accepting that bullshit. Now you walking around with in a house full with two women. Your son's supposed to be a man, but she's letting him. Oh, that's a woman. That's a little girl in your house when that's not supposed to be happening. Be a man in your own house. You supposed to sit your son down and tell him the real and tell Gabriel Union back the fuck up. This ain't even your boy. This is me and my son. That's what. But hey, the ordering of a man's house is a challenge. When he said, and men that have these women that are weak behind. But anyway, let me finish the definition. It says, whatever in adults also cultivates the soul, especially by correcting mistakes and curbing passion. So you were supposed to correct your young boy came in, you tell you, hey dad, I think I'm a girl, or I want to be a girl, or I should be. You supposed to correct that damn mistake. The mistake came in when he started feeling that he's something other than what he is. And you're supposed to curb the passion that he has of wanting to be a little girl instead of a boy. Instructions which aim at increasing virtue, chastisement, chastening of the evils with the of the evils with which the Most High visited men for their amendments, so their corrections to amend for the things that they've done wrong. And you best believe, you cut this little boy's rod off, the Most High he's gonna visit you and to amend for the mistake you made. You're gonna have to pay. There's a payment you're gonna have to make for that mistake you made. So wonder what the amendment the Most High is gonna require of what you did, or you if you allow this boy, or you pay for this boy to get his stuff taken off, which God gave to him. The last scripture I want to go into, because these celebrities, you do this wicked, you do the bidding of the so-called white man Esau. This is Leviticus 18:21. It says, and thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire of Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am the Lord. When the Lord say I am the Lord, meaning you don't do what I said do, I'm gonna show you who I am. Which means he gonna bring it to your ass. When he says I am the Lord, that's a fearful statement. Like he's telling you who he is after what he did. Meaning he's in a mindset when he say that, like, I'm telling you this and I am the Lord. There is no you can't equate me. There is no talk back. There's no saying anything. It's like when you a parent say something to their kid and their kid look like they want to say, I'm your father. I mean, recognize who talking to you. Like you that authority. Verse 22, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. I wonder how that goes right behind that. You're not supposed to put your children through the fire of Molech. And in this situation, Dwayne Wayne, the fire of Molech is when you give your child over to what society is, what's being pushed in society. You're a celebrity. We know you. You know you got your sacrifices. You under Esau's thumb. You got to do what he say. That's what it is. All these celebrities, their kids go through the fire. They don't own their kids. Whatever happens with their kid is what Esau say, and you ain't supposed to do that. When if the society is pushing that homosexuality is fine, and and transgenderism and OBGTYZ, O up to Z. There's so many acronyms for all these for these different homosexual, pedophilia, unclean beings. All these different all these different acronyms are pushed out there. I lost track of them all. And when you will subject your child to partake in this stuff, like it's okay, like it's fine to do, you sacrificing your kid through the fire to Molech. Because Esau's Molech. Esau is the one that's setting all the different requirements and rules and regulations and authorities and all the different fads and everything that's set up in society that's accepted, whether it's wicked, whether it's just abominable. This is all the hands of Esau. He is Molech. and he's modern day Molech. Then it tells you not to, man's not supposed to lie down with mankind. So if this little boy thinks he's a little girl, he's gonna what? He's gonna want to lie down with mankind when originally he is mankind. He's not to lay down with his own. He's supposed to lay down with a woman because he was created to procreate as a man with a woman, not cut off his rod because he thinks that he's a woman and then go and dress and parade around the world like he's a woman, and one day lying with a man, which he is. It's like what Lil Boosie said. He might meet a girl at 16 and fall in love with her. And he the look on Boosie's face when he said that, it was funny because he was like, how he wanted to say, how you gonna get with the girl if he ain't got no damn rod? Man, I'm gonna bring this lesson to a close. The madness, man. We live. This is a Bible ball, man. The space got to be destroyed. You know, America's bitter and in a land of confusion, man. Babel is it's a land of confusion, man. And this just goes to show there's gonna be more and more cases of this type of stuff because guess what? The Most High is gonna come to judge, so He's gonna make it so that people have no excuse for why they're getting judged. With that, I want to say, Kal Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Arakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who lead our nation, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akim out there that's striving for salvation during these electrifying times. Shalom.